lot of boxers can relate to having had the experience of competing at a specific level, at a high level, and consistently competing there. And then for some odd reason, all of a sudden, their performance drops off the face of the earth. And it reminds me of a story of a boxer that I work with, a guy by the name of Dennis. And as an amateur, Dennis had an amazing amateur career. I think he was like 20-1 in his weight class, really fast, really quick, very talented, and was encouraged by his trainer to think about turning pro. And in the process of doing that, he started sparring with guys who were already up there, guys who were on the pro level. And in one of those situations, what happened to Dennis was he went against this guy and they got in close, and this guy started hammering him, knocked him down. Dennis gets back up, he gets knocked down again, and he got stunned. And for some reason, after that, Dennis wasn't the same fighter. He had lost his confidence. He looked kind of spacey out there. He was anxious as he got ready to fight. And when he was out there and the boxer, his opponent, closed on him, he shut down. So Dennis came to work with me, and I've seen these kinds of issues a lot. And one of the problems was Dennis's nervous system had kind of jacked up into the red zone. He had gotten himself far too anxious. And one of the reasons for that was where his focus was before the fight, before even sparring. He would start focusing too much on his opponent, on his imagined skills, on how fast he was. And that would make Dennis anxious. And when Dennis got anxious, he tightened up physically, which slowed his reflexes down and slowed his foot speed down. And I helped Dennis figure out, become more aware of what he'd been doing wrong mentally. I helped him really understand that if you want to get good as a boxer, you can't just focus on the physical part of this sweet science. You have to work on your head. You have to work on your concentration and your ability to stay calm. And we taught Dennis how to change his focus pre-fight, pre-bout, so that he didn't make himself anxious. We also spent some time helping him kind of work through that situation he had had with this professional, so it no longer had an impact on him. And as a result, Dennis started to relax out there and fight more like his old self, like what he was capable of doing. Now, these are problems that I see all the time in boxing. All the time where the mental side, if you don't have it under control, will KO your physical skills and talent. Which is one of the reasons why I've developed a lot of the material that I have, because these are problems that are workable. The audio, training material, the workbooks. Now, if you want to work with me one-on-one, that's always an option. But the other way of working with the mental side of your game, so to speak, would be to do audio material, to do some of the training workbooks that I put together. But I can promise you one thing. If you want to go as far as possible as a boxer, as a fighter, if you want to get in the ring and not hope you'll do well, but have that inner knowing, you have to work on the mental part of your sport.